Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. And we're going on with the awesome Masters level replays. And, well, I guess there have to be Masters level replays because, of course, it is Masters level games. And, wow, I'm actually looking at these two probes here. Check these two probes out. How is there room for a third probe there? I do not understand how they can fit a third probe on this mineral patch. It just does not make sense. And it seems like they're mining it extremely efficiently with just two. So whoever decided you should have 3 probes on a mineral patch is a bit nuts. I mean, obviously you get it a tiny little bit faster. But even then, that's just a minuscule amount. So it seems like it's a bit of a waste. But anyway, that's just me. So let's move on. Let's have a look at the players we have got. Down the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be a blue Protoss player. And his name is Sage. And let's have a bit of a look at what Sage has got going on. He is from South Korea. He plays for the Root Gaming team. And he's currently ranked number 68 on the WCS with 700 points. And his alternate ID is actually free DSL. So I don't know if that's actually relating to DSL, the internet type. But it would be very nice if it was, because I would like free DSL. Currently, I pay way too much for my ADSL 2 connection, and yeah, it's just horrendous. It's like $70 for unlimited, man. It just kills me, absolutely kills me. Anyway, moving up to the top left side of the map, it is going to be none other than Revival, and yes, he is from South Korea as well, and he plays for the Evil Geniuses team. And how's he doing on the WCS? He's currently number 16 with 3,200 points. So, very impressive, of course. Very, very impressive. I got some Sprite next to my table, so... tastes a little bit funny. But, whatever, we're just going to go with it. So, Revival going for very, very, very aggressive expansions, man. 2 hatch before spawning pool. I don't think we've ever seen 2 hatch before spawning pool. This is insane, and I don't know, man. I really don't think that that Sage is going to be able to punish him for it, because Sage is thinking, all right, I'm going up against a Zerg player, so I've got to, you'll get out a few buildings, you'll get out a few units, and then it'll expand. Probably expand in about a minute or so. You may even be saving up for that expansion right now. So yeah, it's fine, but Revival is it's pushed it even further, man. I mean, you think a 5-minute third base is crazy? We saw a 3-minute third base here. It is absolutely insane, and I wouldn't have thought it possible to push the expansions that much, but Revival has definitely done it, and we'll see just exactly the impact that early third base is going to have on his economy, on his macro, and my guess is it'll be huge. It'll be absolutely huge. He just has to find the spot to actually get that economy going, to build a crap load of workers, because he's gonna be a little bit iffy about it. And the fact that this probe is gonna scout the third, is it gonna scout the third? Guys, looks like he's just putting out a proxy pylon, but I assume he's gonna continue on, go see the third base, and once he sees that it's fully built already, I mean, the timing these guys usually try and manage is to catch the third base as it's starting up. But the fact is, this thing is fully built. He's already got workers mining it. But no, he's not going to be up and scouting for it. So that is going to be a pretty significant advantage for Revival, having this third base just staying for so long. Bunch of Zerglings actually running around. I don't know if they're searching for proxy pylons, but they're searching for something. They're definitely not attacking forces. They're definitely scouting forces. And Sage doing a great job at taking out the Overlords. He might just miss this one. No, just gets it at the very last seconds. That's the second Overlord he's taken out. One Ling going to be going all the way into the main base, but a Stalker takes it out quite easily. I love it how the units can take 99% of their damage and still be working in phenomenal order. But as soon as they take that one extra bit, they just explode. So here we go, the Zealot's coming out. I don't know if he was expecting this to be fully built. I mean, 6.5-minute mark, he probably is. But he does not realize that this thing was started at the 3-minute mark instead of at the at the 5-minute mark, which is probably what he was expecting. So he's not going to find that out, but yeah, if we have a look at the income, he's only 4 workers ahead at the moment. The roaches starting to come out though, and this is going to be bad. This is going to be quite bad for Sage because, of course, zealots just suck versus roaches. They really, really do. And this time walk going to help a little bit, but it's going to help these guys to get saved. It's not going to help them to take out the hatchery, because they got pretty much no hope of taking out the hatchery anymore. Where they pumped out another zealot. He really, really needs zealot speed, but he's not going to get that anytime soon. So for now, the roaches are going to dominate everything, and the mothership core is just going to be chipping away at them little by little. Some stalkers would actually help quite a bit, but obviously immortals would be his best bet, or zealot legs. But yeah, not much going to happen. Oracle, he was thinking about an Oracle, but then decided, you know what, mass roaches, I think a Void Ray will be a better choice. And he's definitely right there. A Void Ray will definitely help him out if Revival just goes for straight up roaches all over the place. But I do not know if that's generally going to be the case. I mean, going pure roach against Protoss, not the best idea generally, because Void Rays own them, and Immortals are an excellent counter on top of that. So generally, you want something with a little bit more spice to it than just straight roaches. You want to get out your Hydras. Hydra's definitely a good option. Or you can just completely tech switch and go into something like Mutiling or something like that. Or even just Ultras or whatever. But roaches, you do not want to send roaches just by themselves. But he's going to buy him more than enough time, I feel like. Although this force, he's starting to get some sentries in there. He's got 1 stalker, though a few more stalkers will not be a bad idea. And he does have the Void Ray out. So a lot of roaches are going to die to this very, very small force. And I feel like Sage is good. He's doing a good job. He's keeping the pressure on Revival, because you cannot let this Zerg macro get completely out of control, and that's not what he wants to do. Now the roaches are still looking very decent with a Void Ray on the field. They're going to have to start to be very, very scared in this game. This Queen is going to get owned. The bloody Void Ray has already got the overcharge, so he's going to have to attack something very, very quickly, otherwise that overcharge is going to be wasted. And it's got such a long cooldown. Nice force field keeping the roaches away. If he keeps this up, this lair is going to go down, and that's going to be freaking awesome. But some reinforcing roaches over there. Is he going to keep the force field up? It looks like he is. So great play there from Sage. No little mistakes on that force field. And these roaches are not going to be enough to save this lair. And there it goes. Boom. And straight after it goes down, warps out all his units. So fantastic play here. There's still an extremely large amount of mineral fields over there. So that is a huge thing that Sage has just done. Taken out that lair. Not only screws up his tech, but also screws up his economy in quite a big way. The Oracle going in there. How many kills? 3 kills. And we can assume those are all workers. So very, very nice job. Another Oracle coming over to this base. Revival does not been getting up the spore crawlers that he really needs to, man. He's got 2 queens though, and that should be pretty decent. But he's going for a counter here. He's got a very, very large army, and Sage, how many Void Rays does he have? He's got 1 with another one on the way. That is going to be quite bad, and the fact that there are so many Lings in this army is going to be quite horrible. He needs to get the Zealots down to take care of the Lings. Still does not have Zealot speed, but the Roaches just attacking the bloody Zealots. All those Zealots are going to go down, and the Void Rays definitely have their work cut out. They need to be focusing on the Roaches. Do not focus on the Lings with the Void Rays. You need to be attack movement to kill those Roaches ASAP, because you only have so much overcharge time, and once the overcharge is gone, the Void Rays just do crap all damage to the Roaches. They do not absolutely slaughter them anymore. It just takes some time, and you do not want to let these Roaches go nuts, because yeah, force field, keep it out. Most of the Roaches, 1 gets in. That 1 Roach is going to go down. The Roach is deciding they're going to get out of there. If they can't have the main base, they do not want to just be farming out the mineral base. Oh god, all those workers moving backwards. Luckily they had the mineral trick going, so they went straight through the Roaches. And the Void Rays going to be attacking these guys, but it looks like the Nexus is probably going to go down unless they've got another overcharge they can do any second. Do they? Yes, 2 of them overcharging, and all the Roaches go down, but the Nexus is already up, so there's no point of cancelling it, and just goes down, and the last Roaches are destroyed. So a massive amount of Roaches being lost for Revival, but that 3rd base goes down, and so many workers getting wiped out. He is now 30 workers behind in this game, and yeah, man, I thought Revival was hitting a back foot here, losing this base, but he just rebuilt it, and he didn't lose that many workers, although he's starting to lose a few workers up here. This Oracle up to 6 workers, but I feel like that was the same Oracle as before. This guy over there has got 6 workers as well, so the Oracle's doing an excellent job of worker harassment. And forcing the cancel there on that base is very, very nice, but the important thing is, Sage lost so many workers there. He lost so many workers, and Revival so far has managed to keep his workers alive, even if he's having a bit of trouble keeping his hatcheries alive. So, very, very nice. The Oracle's continuing to go to work. Oh, just died at the last second. So, do we have units lost? We do have a current units lost tab. And so far, even with all that great Oracle work, Sage has still lost 7 more workers than Revival has. And when you are facing up against a Zerg player, you want to be blowing drones away left, right, and center, because you know their macro is going to be insane, and they're always going to have a ton more workers than you do. So anything remotely close to being even workers lost is going to be horrible. And look at the Hydras, man. This could be very, very bad against these Void Rays. He's continuing to produce Void Rays. This is no longer a very good option. He needs to get something else, because Void Rays versus Ling Hydra is going to be an incredibly bad choice for him. So he needs to tech switch immediately. He needs either Zealots with legs, or Storm, or Colossus. And I do not think he has any of those at the moment. Does he have... he does have a Twilight Council, so he can get Storms relatively quickly. I assume he has a Robotics Facility, because, man, you need Observers at this stage. You really, really do. But does he have a Robotics Facility? I'm looking for the damn thing. I can't find it, so maybe he doesn't. So it may just be Storms. Storms would definitely be the quickest one he could get. Or Zealot Links, but Zealot Links is sort of a half fix sort of thing. And Mutalisk coming in as well, so Revival continuing to put the smack down on all sorts of stuff, on all sorts of levels. Lings in here, but I think Sage has a handle on the Lings. The only thing he doesn't have a handle on is the Hydras. And these Hydras just may be an interim measure, actually. The Hydras may just be an interim measure into air tech. And Revival is doing a great job with his air tech. These Mutas slowly getting taken down, but they're taking down so much stuff. Sage getting out a ton of Phoenix, starting to push these guys away, so pretty great job there. And, ooh, we need a follow mode here. We really need a follow mode. And the Phoenix just so good, but finally getting enough units, going to be scaring these guys away, and the Phoenix going to have to get out of there. Meanwhile, more Hydras coming in. The Hydra's finally going down there, but what is this? Lings, just mass Lings, so he's going for Muta Ling sort of play, but not really with a lot of Banelings, just with a lot of Corruptors backing up the Mutas. And it looks like Revival is definitely going for a very weird sort of air superiority tech with Mutas and Corruptors, which you've not really seen before, but it may indeed work versus a Protoss player. I just don't know, because he's got the Corruptors, so the Void Rays and the Phoenix are going to go down. And his critical number of Void Rays, he's still got a critical number of Void Rays, so it still could work. The Corruptors will get owned by the Void Rays. The Mutas, not so much, but not that many Mutas in the air. And if these guys get caught by the Mutas, then it is going to be all sorts of pain. But the Lings still providing a pretty big pain in the ass, actually taking down a Stargate and unpowering the other one. That is huge. Where are the Void Rays? He's pissed all of them off. They need to be over here watching these Corruptor numbers, because Void Rays are so damn slow, man. And Sage given the GG right there. And that air army is just all over the place doing so much damage. He must have had Lings over there taking these guys out, yeah. So, oh man, just absolutely horrible, horrible stuff there from Sage. He had a good unit to counter it. He had the Void Ray, but it's just not as fast. The Void Rays are such slow bastards, and I can't see how fast they are, but they're definitely slower than the Corruptors, definitely slower than the Mutas, and it's just not working. It just did not work. He built up too many Void Rays, and they kind of still worked against the Corruptors, but yeah, not really. They just did not have the maneuverability. So there we go. That is it. Congratulations to Revival for a great win, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another game, so stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already done so, because new games coming out every single day, always going to be awesome. So anyway, catch you guys later. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.